interact directly with the consumer, directly with the people who actually are going to make the decisions, okay? What we're trying to do is take a strategy where we actually get the largest possible number of people working positively promote the CAP, okay? And that's where farmers come in, okay? The effectiveness of what a farmer can actually deliver from a campaign like this is huge. It's much bigger than if we would spend a couple of million on a promotional campaign on the telly. Because one-to-one, you're going to have a much better relationship with the person that you're talking to. They're going to believe you more because you're going to be directly telling them. It's not going to be second-hand information. If I go out and I talk to a consumer and they ask me, am I a farmer? And I say, well, no, I'm not really a farmer, you know, I'm a farmer's son who lives in Dublin and I don't really have to get up every morning at 6 o'clock to feed the animals and look after it all. It doesn't really carry through as much as what a farmer on a day-to-day basis does. People know how hard farmers work, but they need to know a little bit more. They need to know a little bit more about what farmers actually do and deliver on a daily basis. So going directly to the consumer as opposed to going second-hand is key to actually delivering that. Okay? I wanted to just mention a couple of quick points to you. Okay? When we're communicating, okay, and I know I'm being smart, and I really don't mean to be smart when I say this, you have to be very positive about CAP. It's very hard to be positive about CAP when you're arguing between farmers and you're arguing between organisations and different countries and whatnot. When we're talking about CAP to the public, you have to be very, very positive. You have to be very strong push behind it. You have to give the consumer something they can believe in. So they mean something. I'm going to go I buy rashers inside my shop. That's the idea about it. Unless I can see the benefits of CAP, okay? And I know that CAP actually is what traceability on those rashers. I know what they come to, I know what they did to them, I know everything about it. So that's actually what works there. You're giving me a tangible example of how CAP actually benefits everybody. You also have to ensure you know today are farmers. CAP is not developed for farmers. CAP is developed for everyone. Developed for the general public and the EU. Okay, CAP is about everybody. Farmers are mainstream, they're the ones who actually deliver. But really, it's you have to use the phrase we are part of CAP. Farmers are part of CAP, we are part of CAP. We have to go and actually promote it. Okay, so just a couple of quick things on communication. Okay, it might seem very, very simplistic approach. A smile goes a long way when we're talking about CAP. Okay, people see CAP as being something very, boring and it's costing money and whatnot. But it's not. It's a very positive thing. And if you portray it positively with a smile, then you go a long, long way. Attitude. So the attitude that you use as well. The language that you actually use to sell it. When you go out with positive attitude, people will be positively disposed to. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for people to be positively disposed towards CAP and actually try and deliver a strong affinity with them for what they're actually getting. And the wording, we mentioned this already, but we gain. The farmer doesn't gain on the CAP. The farmer doesn't want the red tape that comes into all of the bureaucracy that comes into the whole lot of it. They want to go out and do their job and be farmers. But they do this because it's part of a wider good, a public good for everybody. And that is where CAP belongs to everybody. We, okay? A public good, now people always get a bit edgy about what is a public good. A public good is something that benefits everyone. That's the key word, and we don't scrap that for our whole campaign. We try to spread the word on how everyone benefits from CAP, not just individuals. Okay? So, to move it on, I know what to deliver, we're not going to deliver. We said there's three very simple messages. CAP is humongous. You can get downloading CAP for hours and hours on the talking about the various pieces. Keep it very simple. For a consumer, three things are important to a consumer. Economy and the environment. You can talk positively about three of those that actually deliver better understanding about CAP. And that was one of the detectors when we talk about CAP performance on. Keeping this in mind and keeping the level of CAP in mind, we're really going to talk very quickly about how we can explore that and actually do that in this room. Thanks, John.
Okay, so as Don mentioned, big thing about this campaign, I think, from the ground, will actually be farmers themselves be very comfortable with the message about CAP. It's not just about, it is a lot about securing a budget, we know that, but it is actually all about actually getting the consumer to, and your neighbours to actually know, well look, there's a reason why CAP operates the way it does. And what we decided to do, or what Agri decided to do, was go with three main messages. And the first one, I think, is actually a key message. You often that like, you know from ground level, you have to register your animal every step of the way that that animal goes from being born to going on the table as a piece of meat or as a Sunday roast is traceable. And not our issue, but we do see how there have been food safety issues, how it has been quite easy because of the common agricultural policy, because of Irish farmers implementing it to actually trace sources of problems and to get them away. So we've traced food, it's high quality, it's produced food in the European Union is produced to a higher quality than anywhere else in the world. And what are the other ways in which you can actually say to your neighbour or friend about this? It would be look the labelling, but have to. You can, you're secure in what you're buying, what you're eating. And farmers in Ireland, we are producing high quality food. And if I had any message, that would actually be the one that I'd be saying, like, be proud of the fact that that's what we do. We're farmers who produce high quality food as part of the European Union pact. The other thing then that, again, the residents, and this one is huge residents probably at the moment because of the state of the Irish economy, we are actually contributing significantly to the Irish economy. And again, if you take a negative message, which is something like there's money coming in and sure it's dead money, hold on a second. I mean, we're talking about a sector where the jobs that are created, we have 120,000 farmers in Ireland. We have 50,000 who are working in agri-food processing. And we've got another 100,000 who are working in, whether they're vets, whether they're selling the inputs to the farmer, whether they're driving the truck. They are all related to agriculture and bound up in the common agricultural policy. So, as the figures will show, you're looking at about 1 in 7 jobs in the economy. So, we're not talking about, as I said, just farming. There's jobs in towns. There's jobs in, if we thought about it for a second, if we took farming out of the rural economy, what would actually be going on? And I mean, it's a good question to pose to, I think, to someone who might be kind of saying it's dead money. Ask them that. Actually say, look, if there wasn't farming, would we have a meat processing plant? Would we have the vets? Would we have your local accountants and so on? And you can actually see in 2010, in a time when an awful lot of other sectors which had their heyday a few years ago, are actually falling apart, unfortunately. I mean, with issues with the construction sector, financial services and so on. That in 2010, agriculture is actually growing. It's one of the few sectors in the economy that's growing. We're actually creating wealth, we're generating money for the economy. And as I said, if you bring it down to the level of jobs and jobs in the local area, and what would it be without farming, without agriculture, I think you'll actually get the message across quite clearly. And bring it even further, say if there weren't jobs there, would we have communities? Would we have any of the things that any of us are involved in as members of the rural community? And then the final one, which I suppose has become very important in the camp in recent years, is the environment. Farmers, I suppose, as I said, for me, I see the main thing about creating or producing food, keeping jobs in the economy, and particularly in the rural economy. But another key issue is the environment. Ireland is a lovely place to drive around, and the scenery is absolutely beautiful. In Europe in total, 75% of the land is actually looked after by farmers. And again, there's a dual role in farming nowadays in particular. Not only do we produce food, we actually do it in a very environmentally sustainable and friendly way. And what we're doing then is we're creating something that the public wants. John mentioned earlier the public good. If anyone says to you, what's a public good? Like, what does that actually mean or whatever? The best way of kind of describing it is, well, often with an example, is to say, look, public good is something that the public wants, but the market doesn't actually pay for it. And so, instead, there is funding given for it. And a good example of that would be, if you drive around Ireland, look at all the hedgerows, thousands of kilometres of hedgerows. They're absolutely beautiful, first of all. I mean, by comparison with other countries, the scenery is beautiful. They also are home to, I'm not bringing myself to nature, but I know it's a whole area of biodiversity, whether it's plant species or animals or birds or so on. And the thing is, they are a fantastic asset for us to have and for us to keep. But it isn't actually, it doesn't pay farmers to have a hedgerow. But the public want it, but they're not going to go out and pay for it one-on-one. So what the farmer does as part of the camp is, as part of the funding that he receives from the camp, he farms in an environmentally friendly way. And that, as I said, contributes to yourself and myself's enjoyment of the rural landscape. All of our directly involved in farming, and tourists who come into the country and spend their money. So if I suppose, going back, just to recap, 3 messages that I'd love you to take away today, we'd like you to say when you are having this discussion. Don't be defensive, be very positive. We produce very high quality food. We create jobs and we take care of people in the rural economy, and we look after the environment, which is an asset to all of us, and it's something that also generates money in the economy. I think that's it. Listen, thank you very much.
I'm not going to labour, but I know you want to keep going on this. If there are any questions, I can take them. There's one question that came through yesterday, and I want to mention people always bring up the same question. What about the cost of food? And you go shopping and prices you pay for all your food. There's 2 things, 2 pieces of information I think you should bear with you when talking about this and trying to make the case for the price of food. One is, there was a recent survey carried out, and that can always be surveyed 1,000 people. Half those people believe that they got a good value when they came to the fresh food, okay? But there's not a complete rip-off there. People do believe that they actually get value for money. The biggest issue, the biggest one we asked was 71% of those people believe that farmers were underpaid for their products. They don't believe that farmers are the ones that are causing high prices at all. And they believe very heavily in farmers, and they're very supportive of farmers. And over 75% of them said that they would prefer to buy a fair trade product for farmers than produce. Okay, produced under a fair trade policy, they would buy into. So don't let that question of high prices and high prices of food be something to scare you or push you back. That is not as a result of what you're doing. You need to bear that in mind. You need to push that message back out. Okay. So if there are any other questions,